So first off, let's go. What a heck of a win last week, man. When we were on air last week, that 6-1 victory over the Wild was probably their biggest win of the year so far,
and really put a thumping on them. I mean, just a ton of goals. The goalkeeping was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, to take 40 and 50 shots on the net and only give up one goal is just a great statistic.
Heck yeah. Veggie was in between the poles.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's awesome, man. Congrats to the team. I mean, I think it was just great to have be playing the Wild, where the GM was one of the decision makers on who made Team USA. Yeah. And we know that Clayton Keller got snubbed. So the fact that he was able to go out there, have the type of performance he did, as well as the team overall, was just very nice. Very, very nice.
Absolutely.
So we had the trade deadline coming up on this Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. The Athletic trade board has Nick Bjugstad dropping from number 26 to number 35 on their trade board. From the looks of it, what I'm seeing is that the feeling is that, well, that's not a question I want to ask you. Is this more of a lack of interest in Nick, or is this more of the fact that Utah is just resisting wanting to give him up?
I think you absolutely nailed it. And I'm going to say the latter, right? I think this really says a lot about how this team is committed to this season's push for the playoffs. I think it also says a lot about how confident they are about getting additional talent in this offseason, because Nick has been great. And obviously there's a chance that he leaves in this offseason because his contract expires, but there's also a chance that he stays. And the fact is if Bill Armstrong thinks that he can continue to add value, that Nick can continue to add value to this team, I'm willing to bet money that they make him an offer and get him to stay in Salt Lake for plenty more years to come, because he has been a great part to this team. And I do think he could contribute in the future.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that he's not one of those midterm renters that a rental like we were expecting. I think they do have, they might have plans for him. I don't know. We don't have 9 now. We have 8 because Manta, I'm saying his name right?
Mata.
Ali Mata. They just inked him into an extension.
Did they get the extension done? I was watching it. I know they were working on a deal, but they actually got it done.
Yeah, I think yesterday it was finalized. So 3 years. Okay. Let us know in the comments down below or in the chat if you know on that one. I believe they just inked him in. He was supposed to be just like a 1-year rental, and he's just been so good for that team on the defensive end, on the blue line there, that they just decided to keep him long term, which I think is exactly what you need to do with these guys. Get them on the ice, see how they gel, see if they work with the team. And if they do, then, extend them for sure.
You just got to move forward, man. Absolutely.
For sure. So, anyway, so we'd love to hear from you folks on that. Let us know what your thoughts are on the best trade asset that we have in Nick Bjugstad dropping from number 26 on the Athletics trade board down to 35. If you heard any rumors or anything, do you see them making any moves, if any? We'd love to hear from you in the comments down below on that.
Absolutely. Leave us a comment. Boom.
For sure. And if you're watching this on our live stream, please jump in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any takes on what we're talking about, please feel free to jump in. We'd love to hear from you and chat with you. That's what this whole show's about. Just people just talking sports and, sipping on something brown,
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to the Utah Hockey Club here. Definitely not a lack of interest from people wanting him. He's definitely an interest from Utah wanting to move on. What a change 2 days make, man. What
Crazy.
A change. So while it's true that on Monday the Blues did pass Utah Hockey Club in the wildcard standings, but at that point on Monday they were just 2 points behind. Right. Even Coach Turney said that we're just 2 points behind. Yeah. We're 1 win behind. It's so we're just right there. Well, now they're 4 points behind. They lost a game, and then I believe the Canucks won 1, or the Blues won 1. One of those two teams won 1, and now they're now 4 spots behind the St. Louis Blues and the Canucks. What do you take on that, man?
So they're 2 spots out of a playoff spot, and it's a total of 4 points out of getting into a wild card.
Yeah, so we have the Canucks, and we now have the Blues that are in our way to get to the final wild card spot that the Calgary has.
I mean, realistically, they've actually got a little bit of softer schedule coming up. So, I mean, this team just needs to keep winning, right? I mean, they were on
check out last week's episode where we talked about the strength of schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great one. But I mean, they were on a 3-game streak until that loss to the Devils, right? Where their defense played okay. I mean, there were some times where they looked a little bit spotty. They gave up a ton of shots. I mean, the Devils had some really nice shots to the backside of the goal, cross side of the goal. And they led in shots on goals pretty much the whole night. So, I mean, statistically, if you're getting more shots than the other team's generating, your chances of winning are just much better. So they do got a couple of home games in a row coming up against the Maple Leafs against the Maple Leafs and the Ducks. So if they can kind of split this road trip, they got, a couple coming up against the Red Wings and the Blackhawks where they're on the road. They can split this road trip and then get home, win a couple. They're going to be just fine, right? This team is looking at moments like they are all in on making the playoffs. And I think that they have the chemistry and the ability to get there. You just got to keep winning.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they're the team that's in the state that people are rooting. I mean, not unfortunate, but even in the beginning of the season, we were setting expectations low. This is a rebuilding team. Every time Bill Armstrong's interviewed, he's like, this is a rebuilding process. We're not in our Final Four. We're developing our young players, blah, 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 doing all that. But to be this close, it's just unfortunate that this is their first year in Utah that, while I'm pretty sure most of us that are following this team will accept the fact that they just missed out on a playoff spot.
Yeah.
It's just really unfortunate because this is obviously the only team that we see going anywhere this year.
Yeah.
For the state. So it's just a little bit unfortunate. With that said, we also have the Ducks that are only 2 points behind us in the standings too. So watch out for that one. That's a 2-point swing that if the Utah Hockey Club doesn't get that game against the Ducks, that could create another problem. So
absolutely. And again, they're at the Ducks coming up. So yeah, the Ducks are actually here when they play. So, I mean, that's going to be a great game to be at, great game to follow up on. So make sure you guys check that one out. Leave us a comment down below.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, as a reminder, you are watching this on Utah Hockey DNA. This is where we post all of our content for your Utah Hockey Club. Be sure to drop down in the comments down below. Let us know, if you have any questions or on this team, or if you have any questions in regards to hockey. We kind of developed this as a new channel specifically around the fans' new perspective, like a new fan perspective. It's kind of what we originally built this off of. Obviously, we'd love to hear from you. More seasoned hockey fans in the comments down below. Keep us honest. Let us know what we're missing. Because again, this whole point is just to kind of be the interaction here. We're not breaking news or anything here. Yeah. So we'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. Let us know. Subscribe to the channel. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away one of those Utah Hockey Club jerseys. So be sure to make sure you're subscribed to the channel once that giveaway is coming around.
Yep.